Hello everyone, this video is not brought to you by Roscoe's Tacos, where they serve hippies tacos since 1996. I had a little bit of time yesterday. I went ahead and did the front. I got the spool in, I got the overdrive in, everything went back together great. The front axle basically is, I hate saying completely upgraded, but I don't think there's any stock parts left in it other than the bushings that the knuckles are on. So all the axle shafts, the spool, the gear, the cases are all aftermarket everything. So now we're gonna do the rear, and this is the easy end because the front was kind of a pain to get back together because I took it apart in big chunks. So now what we're gonna do, we'll take the rear wheels off, take the lockouts out, and then take the rear diff cover off, and we shall proceed to do that. SSD locker, underdrive, axle shafts, drive shafts. Let's get it. Okay, so now that we got that apart, here's an important little bit of information. A lot of times the differential will go in either way. So one thing you need to do is you have to watch which way the differential comes out, so that way you know which way it goes back in. So the gear, the ring gear is on the left side. It will go back in on the right side a lot of times. I have the racing housing, so I can kind of tell because the YR is actually upside down if I put it in wrong, but regardless, just one thing you're doing whenever you look at axles and you're doing this stuff, you have to make sure that when it comes out, you pay attention, so that way you put it back in correctly. Some of them will actually spin. This actually won't spin because the pinion is helical, but on like old school SEX 10s, if you put the, I know one of the cases put it in upside down or something, and it would actually spin backwards, and then you have axles. Anyway, that's all I wanted to say. Let's get back to it. Got that all apart. Got the old locker and ring gear out and everything. So now I'm about to put the new spool in. This thing's covered in oil from SSD. So I wiped a little bit of that off, and I kind of basically wiped it out, whatever. So now what you need to do is, whenever we were derbying, I bought a lot of MIP stuff for the rear of slashes. What I'm using is, it's just MIP thread lock, just a little dab. If you're gonna use like some blue Loctite, that'll work. They are really small screws. So basically you're either never taking them back apart because you're just gonna snap the heads off. Just to kind of help them stay in there, just use a little bit. Little bitty bit. I mean, I'm honestly just, you can't even see it. I'm not even gonna try. You'll never be able to see it. Anyway, just a little. Like if you accidentally got a little smidge on like your mom's couch, and then she's super pissed because she finds it 2 weeks later because it's hard to see.
Who does that? What the hell is the matter with you?
That's how much you're trying to use. You don't want them backing out for sure, but you also, if you ever want to change gearing, like let's say you put this underdrive in and you hate it, you also want to be able to get it back out without buying a whole new spool. So that's, you know, a little helpful info. I'm gonna keep putting this together now. Now I got our pinion in. Basically just push it in without getting my hand completely covered in grease. Then you'll put the keepers and the bearings back on, like so. Remember that the ring gear goes to this side. There you go. Got that in. I'm gonna put the bolts in to hold the carriers. My bolts are all in.
I'll go all in. And I'm gonna go all in.
So now it's time to put the axle shafts in. I have the locker and everything. Just in case anybody was wondering, I kind of wanted to do a comparison here of the two. This is the Vanquish. You can kind of see using my big fat head as a thing. And then this is the stock shaft. So we'll just use my forehead as a background. You can kind of see they're a little bigger right there in the taper. And they actually taper instead of just kind of cutting off as sharply, I guess, as the axial does. It's not crazy. They're supposed to be, I believe they're made out of a different like tool steel. Hopefully they're better. I don't know. If not, I wasted $33 in your time, and I'm sorry. So, axle shaft in. And spin it around here. There we go. Hey, we're doing stuff. And then axle shaft number 2. There we go. Very nice. Okay, so bearings. Bearing 1. Bearing 2. Bearing 2. Bearing 2. Ah, son of a bitch. There we go. Bearing 2. Then we'll take our lockouts, bolts, bolt 1, bolt 2, shafts in, lockouts in. Make sure you put the bearings on. That's a bad day. Let's put the cover on. Now put the links back on. There we go. Easy.
Hey.
Jesus, you're like your mother, just slamming things. Pins, X's, pin, X. If you've been watching a while, you may have noticed that a couple videos ago, well, a few videos ago for sure, I think I was working on the Rock Hobby Jeep. I said, I've tried under overdrive, didn't really like it. I don't think I like it on 2.2 trucks with very tall tires. I'm wondering if, for me personally, it's too much with the final rollout or something. I don't really know. I do have it in my TRX4. I have an underdrive, and in this I have an actual under-over, just winging it. In this I actually have a under-over. In my 1/6 scale Jeep I have an under-over, and I can definitely tell it, and I don't know if I like it. So I don't know, but I have an under in the rear of my Traxxas, my TRX4. I like that. So we'll see how this does. Now I have an underdrive, overdrive in the Wraith, incision drive shafts, underdrive, overdrive, all that good stuff. This thing is pretty rad now. I'm hoping it helps a lot. So it already did pretty well. Now it can only be better, I hope. That's all for right now. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you maybe learned something, and maybe you enjoyed seeing my stupid face. So, until next time, have a wonderful day. Like and subscribe. Look at all the things in the description as usual, and I'll see you later. Bye.